How long is the set? About
We're doing about 45 minutes.
cool, man. Now, have you had any crazy road stories yet since this? I know it just started yesterday, so.
Um, Crazy road stories. I get this question all the time. Someday I'll be prepared for it.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen when you're on tour with Pantera. There's always something going on.
How's Tony Campos feeling? I know he got hurt.
He's in good spirits. He won't be able to use his arm for another couple weeks probably.
Damn, what exactly happened to him again?
Oh, he was riding his motorcycle and just had a little wipeout,
Man, is he
and
breaking on?
he fractured his collarbone.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So who do you got playing in his place now?
Marty from Methods of Mayhem.
Oh, cool.
They were actually Methods is actually recording the new record, and Tommy was nice enough to excuse Marty for a few weeks to help us out here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and Tony's still out with us. He's still up on stage just singing his part.
Oh, that's cool. So he's still touring with you guys. He's still a part of it.
Yeah. He's not going to get a vacation. He hurt himself.
Now, how would you describe the music of Static X in your own words?
Just hard driving, high energy, uh, with a disco beat.
Cool. Yeah. Now you've been quoted as saying that it's more evil, less disco.
Yeah.
Can you like elaborate on that?
Yeah, we wanted to just go a little bit heavier this time around, a little more metal, a little darker,
Right, right.
and so we just decided to update our slogan as well to sort of match the new record.
Cool. Now, what qualities would you say make Static X stand out above a lot of the other rock acts that are coming out? With this whole, there's like a whole invasion of rock bands. What would you say?
Uh, well, I think musically, one of the things that sets us apart is how the whole electronic element is really um, just rooted in everything we do.
Right, right,
There's a lot of bands that sort of sprinkle some electronics on top of it, but it's really just the band playing with stuff on top.
right.
For us, it actually the songs start with the programming and the loops and the keyboards, and we build upon that. So it's really at the heart of all our songs.
Oh, cool. So you usually have all the music laid out before you even throw in the lyrics?
Yeah, definitely. Lyrics are last thing.
Cool, man. So now, you write all the lyrics?
Most of them, yeah.
Now, what inspires some of your lyrics?
Well, on for the new record, just being on tour, a lot of the feelings that you have when you're on tour, whether it's good or bad, or getting the natural high of performing in front of an audience, or being very lonely sitting in the tour bus late at night when
Right.
you're at home.
Now, get it into the song "Shit in the Bag" for a minute.
Hmm.
That's freaking a pretty cool story, pretty funny story. Could you tell me the story behind that song?
Um, yeah, you can't take a shit on the tour bus. Most people know that.
Right.
If you don't, it's just, you wouldn't want to have a bunch of guys like shitting all day on your bus. It's nasty.
Right, right.
So it's one of the downsides of touring. So, in an extreme emergency, you can take a plastic bag, put it down on the toilet, do your business, and then tie it up and throw it out. So, it's a very traumatic thing the first time you have to do it.
I can
Oh, I can
imagine.
hold it. I can hold it. Oh shit! I can't hold it. And you're trying to find a bag, and it's very, you know, very trying mentally, and that's what this song really deals with.
So, did you write that one on the bag?
No, I didn't. I actually I was sitting with my sister and her husband, and I was telling them the story about how I had to do this at the Dynamo Festival back in '99.
Right.
And I was just telling them about how horrible it was. Then they suggested, well, you should write a song about that. And that's the way some of the songs start. Like I know Love Dump started the same way, where this guy was a friend of ours was like, yeah, you should write this song where like it's you're saying all these beautiful love, we're like, I love you, love dumpling,
Right.
and but you should be screaming it. And I was like, whoa, that sounds cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, definitely, and it works too. That's the thing. Now you're pretty big on the whole freedom of expression. Now, what are your views on censorship and things like that?
Censorship's useless to me.
Right, right.
Like, I don't know. I think as an artist, you do have to have some responsibility and realize that you're putting stuff out there that's going to have influence on people.
Right.
But I- you know, I, I think it's ultimately parents who need to be censoring things if they feel it's not appropriate for their kids. It's not the government's job. It's not, anybody's job but the parent.
True indeed, man. Now, let's get into the new album that you just put out, Machine. What cool? Now you already said it's got more of a metal edge to it.
Hmm.
What else could we expect from on this album?
Uh, well, there's a little more than there's less, and there's no tambourine on the new record.
No tambourines?
Yeah.
Good. Now you brought in the new guitarist Trip Eisen on this one. How did he change the dynamics of the band?
Well, he didn't play on the record.
Oh, okay.
The record was done in three-piece,
Oh, all right, that's right.
which that in itself changed things a little bit.
Right.
But we brought Trip in, and he really, I think, adds to our live show immensely. He's a great showman and very energetic on stage, and I think he makes the rest of us work that much harder and to keep up with him. I think our live show is way better with him in the band.
Excellent, man. Now, this first single, Machine. This is not. This is a tune that a lot of people could relate to. I think no matter where you're from or who you are, I think there's a piece of this song that everyone could relate to. What were you feeling when you wrote that?
I was really down. It was last year when we were on the road. We were burnt out and been on the road for many, many months. And I was up by myself late at night because I don't sleep well while the bus is moving. Everyone else is asleep. And I was just at a point where I was questioning, like, wow, is this really what I want to do with my life? It's like, and I think everyone gets to that point sometimes, no matter how successful they are in whatever they're doing.
Right, right.
I think every once in a while, everyone questions, like, is this really what I want to do?
Exactly,
And
man.
I was at that point when I wrote that song.
Yeah, because the first time I heard it, I've been at that point, and I was like, yeah, man, there we go. Somebody's saying it. Now, as Static X starts to make a bigger name for themselves within the industry and stuff like that, and get guys getting more and more recognition, more and more recognized, industry, the fans, critics, everyone's digging you guys. Are you afraid of getting too popular and is going pop like a bad thing to do, like Fred
I
Durst?
don't, I don't think there's such a thing as too popular. I mean, I think the thing that is as long as you're always true to yourself and true to your art, and you do what you want to do for yourself and your fans, not for the sake of trying to satisfy radio stations or whatever.
Right.
I don't think there's really such a thing. As long as your music is still real and you don't abandon the elements that made your band popular in the first place.
Exactly.
I think there's no such thing as being too popular.
Would you say that like bands such as Biscuit, Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst, did they? Would you say that they forgotten where they came from in an attempt to get on radio?
I don't really know. I I can't get inside anybody else's head and really know if they, made a conscious effort to like, yeah, let's write this song so we can get it played on the radio. I don't think most musicians really work that way.
Right.
You do what you do and you try to be the best band you can be. And maybe some people just head that direction because they think they're being the best they can be.
Good, good, well put. Now, so with that in mind, what do you think about the current metal scene and the direction that metal's going in? The quote unquote new metal or the aggressive metal. What's your whole take on the scene now?
I'm not really sure what that term new metal means.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, we get lumped in with that, System of a Down's in that, and bands like rap style metal bands. Everyone lumps everyone in with. I don't know what that means, dude. I mean, uh, all I know is that there's a lot of heavy bands, like real rock bands with guitars. And they're selling records and they're on the charts, and that's fucking awesome. That's all.
Cool, man. What do you have any bands that you listen to now that you think are hot?
As far as like new bands, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Well, there's this band that the record's still not out called Dead Z. I've been talking about for a while.
What's the name? Dead Zima?
Dead Z.
Oh, Dead.
DEADSY.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they've been around for a while, but their record's still not out, so they're new to the rest of the world.
Right. Right.
Their record's supposed to come out this year.
Cool.
I think they're just absolutely awesome. And I like Stained a lot, and they're finally hitting it big.
Yeah, they finally did their thing.
I've been listening to them for the last couple of years. They're really nice guys.
Right. Right.
I'm anxious to hear System of a Down's new record.
Yeah, and I think those guys too.
I think they're awesome.
Yeah, man. So now, what can we expect from the show tonight, man? You just gonna go out there and kick it?
I'm gonna go out and run around like an idiot, scream a little.
I'm psyched.
Guitars.
Yeah, I'm psyched to see the show tonight, man. I've never caught you guys live, but when I seen the video for This Is Not, I was like, damn, these freaking guys is.
Yeah, and that video was really, it wasn't staged either. They just filmed the whole show at the Roxy back in Los Angeles and pieced together from that. So it's really, I think, a good representation of what we do on stage.
You definitely look like you have an enormous stage presence. How do you take control of a crowd like that and and win them over?
You can't just go up and take control. It's something that kind of happens over time.
Right.
I think you have to earn the audience's respect.
Cool.
And that's just something you do. They have to enjoy your music, and they have to just be vibing with what you're doing, and then you earn the respect, and then it's a matter of becoming comfortable and confident in yourself on stage to the point where you're not nervous and you're not afraid to just let go of all your inhibitions, just be whatever you want to be on stage.
Awesome, man. So now, with your whole style, with the whole look, how long have you've been carrying that for a couple of years with the hair and the beard?
I kind of did this thing back in the 80s, like 84, 85, when Endure was first getting big, and that whole big hair thing when it first started before all the glam metal guys got into it.
Right, right.
I was into it back then, and then I grew my hair out for many years, and then when I moved to LA in '94, I was like, fuck this hair shit. I don't want to be like some old washed up rocker looking guy.
Right, right.
So we all shaved our heads, sort of like fresh start kind of thing. And
right.
As my hair started growing back, I stuck it up and spiked it up, and it just kept getting longer, and that was around the same time that this band was starting to gain popularity, and then it sort of evolved into what it is now.
Like a trademark.
Yeah, and it's it kind of, I sort of based my whole on stage persona on the way my hair and beard is all going, and it kind of fits the band, and it just evolved. It wasn't like some decision like the record person said, hey,
right,
hair that sticks up and you should have a beard, and that's fake when that shit happens.
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell it's you. It goes with what seems to be your personality on stage. It fits the whole thing.
Yeah, it does. I think so.
Yeah, it's cool, man. So now the last question here: what are your ultimate goals for the band and for yourself?
We've already far surpassed any goals that we ever set out to do. Our first record's platinum. The new record's doing really well.
Yeah,
Right now I want to keep things rolling, keep touring, keep entertaining people. Keep making a living at this thing, and it's the best job I've ever had. So I want to keep it going for a while. And hopefully, a couple of years from now we'll have a third record out. And I'm one really major goal for me was to get the second record out and have people like it and enjoy it and have positive feedback, and that seems to be happening.
yeah,
That was a really big step for us. On the second record, it's so important to a band.
yeah. The sophomore jinx and overcoming that and everything.
Yeah.
And you guys did, because you didn't do the first album over again.
Yeah, and that's difficult. You got to walk a line because you don't want to abandon what made you popular. If you go too much in a different direction, you're going to lose your hardcore audience.
Right,
But at the same time, like you said, you don't want to redo the first record.
right,
You
right.
got to walk that line of changing things up a little bit, but yet not too much.
Right, right. Definitely. Yo, Wayne, thanks a lot for taking the time. I know you're busy back there, you're doing the sound check and everything.
Cool, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you rock the house tonight, man.
Awesome. Nice talking to you.
Take care, bro.
See ya.
Bye.